guest is a great senior at Central High School, Olivia Huchton, who has experienced and some wonderful summer ideas and camps or classes that you attended, and I want our audience to know about those. And then you came back and initiated a project that I want to talk about. But first, Olivia has just in recent weeks found out you were a National Merit Commended student, mm-hmm. and 5 of our SAISD young people earned that honor, and by how you did on the PSAT last year. Mm-hmm. And that is an apples to high schools all over the nation, and I can't tell you how grateful we are for your accomplishment on that. So now, Olivia, you 2 summers ago had heard and applied to go to Harvard, mm-hmm. for several weeks, yes. and take some classes. Why on earth would you do that?
I had heard from different colleges and different websites and people about summer programs for different colleges that delved into courses that I was interested in, and I wanted to see kind of if I liked that college, if I wanted to apply there for college, actually. So I looked online and I decided I wanted to apply to a course. I wanted to apply to a psychology course. And so I figured I really liked Harvard. So I applied and I got in. And I went to a 7-week course for Intro to Psychology and Improv Acting. So it were 2 separate courses. They were both, I earned college credit for both of them. And they were each separate courses, so there were people from Harvard taking those classes also, as well as people from all over the world there taking those courses.
So you stayed in the dorm?
Yes.
At Cambridge, which is a suburb, I guess, so to speak, of Boston, mm-hmm. a beautiful campus, and took college credit as a rising junior.
Yes.
You talk to me and our audience a little bit about that application process. It is more than just a single sheet of paper.
Yes.
So talk about that.
There were essays, free response questions. You needed your resume, a transcript. If I'm not mistaken, you needed a letter of recommendation. So it was kind of a lot of different steps you had to go through. It wasn't just, do you want to apply here, yes or no? It was kind of a foreshadowing of what you'd maybe apply to college with, but a little bit less than that.
How early in the spring or late winter did you have to apply?
It was in late winter, so it was around, I think, October, November, I sent in my application. And then I received the response if I got in or not in the beginning of the year, so it was, I think, maybe February or March, if I was going to be able to go to that college program.
Then after doing that, you decided to apply to a different fine mm-hmm. university, Columbia in New York, in Manhattan. Talk to us about what you took, because you took a different route of courses.
The next summer, I didn't want to take a college credit course again. I kind of wanted to take one that was just to my interest and wasn't as rigorous, I guess. So it was a 3-week course, and it was a lot smaller than my other one. My Intro to Psychology class was a lecture-based, so it had about 100 people, and this one only had 7. So it was really close, and you had a really good relationship with the professor as well as the people in the class. And it was called Deity, Darwinism, and Intelligent Design. So it was basically different theories about the existence of the world, and it was evolution versus intelligent design versus creationism, because I was just really interested in how everyone thought and different factors that came into people's thinking.
And that's so controversial.
Mm-hmm. Very. So it was nice to see what people thought and we went on different excursions, we went on field trips, we went into different places of worship, we went into churches, we went into mosques, we went into different places just seeing what people believed, and it was really rewarding, I think, because I learned a lot about different cultures and what people believed about.
And it expanded your thoughts, didn't it?
Yes.
You didn't get college credit, but you warmed very much to Columbia, didn't you?
Yes, I really liked Columbia a lot after that. I didn't know going into it. I was kind of scared since New York's so big, but it was a really great experience. I had a roommate. I made many close friendships that I'll keep. I had a really good relationship with the professor and people in my classes. There were RAs in our hallways who went to Columbia, so they could tell you different things about their application process. And it was just great being able to be on campus and go to the dining hall and also walk off campus and go into New York and go to museums and Broadway shows, and just, it was great being in the middle of everything like that.
So 2 very different summers, but I think your experience will plant a seed for parents and grandparents listening and students that those are things that they could do. They just have to start early and realize going in that it's, especially if you take a course for credit, college credit, that's going to be a tough college class. You then came back inspired from Columbia to initiate a project. And it wasn't for scouts or a class. So tell us about how that happened, that you would come back and do something like this.
So whenever I got back, I decided to make a presentation. I didn't really know where to start, but I figured just do something that I know how to do. So I started with a PowerPoint. I called it Selfie, and it was basically, I wanted to empower people, or mostly girls, but I mean anyone, just to be themselves in a world that just wants you to conform to everyone else. Because I had seen in middle school and high school that people were afraid to be themselves based on peer pressure and just being bullied, or just scared that they would not do the most popular thing, even if they liked that thing. So I wanted to make a presentation just maybe to inspire people to remember that they're living for themselves, it's their life, so not to be scared to do what they want to do, but be open to other people's thoughts, but not take those as negative things. Just, I don't know, just living a life that they were proud of and not scared to be who they are.
So describe the contents of your project.
Mostly it was just slides kind of empowering younger girls, like before they had reached the place of middle school or high school where they had seen all the peer pressure, and it kind of I wanted them to pick a role model so they could base what they were going to live off of and have a positive role model, so they could see someone who they saw as someone who was a positive person in their life, maybe their mom, maybe their grandma, but maybe someone in the government, someone who they'd seen on TV, just someone who they could have an image that they wanted to promote themselves to be like. So once they did that, maybe they don't even need a role model, but if they do, it's a really good way to remember who they want to be like, kind of. So if they, like Malala. So I had like a slide that had different people that you could just, because I asked my people, or the people who I presented it to a small group of girls, and I asked them at first, I said, do you have a role model? And they said, yes, no. A lot of them said their mom, and I really liked that because I thought that was a really positive thing, that they all thought their mom was a great person. And some of them didn't, though, and I thought that was kind of sad, because I think everyone should have someone to look up to. And so I told them different qualities they should look for. They should look for trustworthiness and positive qualities. And so I wanted them to be able to be comfortable with themselves and know that there are other people who are like-minded like them.
There are good role models out in our world. Unfortunately, most of the time on television and in the news, those who've made mistakes are talked about more than those that are doing the right, making good choices. You you have little more than half of your senior year left.
Mm-hmm.
And then do you have a plan for this summer, or are you just mainly going to get ready for college?
This summer, I think I'm probably going to be getting ready for college, planning everything that I'm going to be needing to do. I don't have anything planned. I'm not doing a program, I don't think. But yeah, it's just going to be mostly prepping for where I'm going to be going for 4 years of my life.
And your first choice?
I think if I had to pick right now, it's really hard because I think if I want to stay in Texas, I really like UT. I love Austin. I love the campus. I like a lot of West Coast schools. I like Stanford a lot. That's where my brothers went, so I know about a lot of it. UCLA, Columbia, more Eastern school, and Brown.
Well, you have you have a list that you, all of them are good schools. Mm-hmm. And so you won't go wrong. I think my dream, if I could dream for every child, is that they find one that they love the school like I loved my alma mater. You have been involved in things at Central High School. What are a couple of the organizations that you've been a part of?
I've been in Spanish Club. I was the vice president last year. Student Council, NHS. I run track. I do 300 hurdles and 100 hurdles. I'm in UGA, which stands for United Global Advocates. It's a recent club that started this year. I'm in Key Club also, which is like a service-based organization. So. How
many hours through advanced placement and dual credit are you going to graduate with?
I don't know the exact number, but I'm mostly doing AP classes. So I think you get credit for if you take the AP tests and you make above a 3. So I think I'm getting credit for almost every AP class I've taken, and then all the ones I'm taking this year. So it'll come out to a pretty high number, but I don't know the exact number off the top of my head.
Okay. Well, we want young people to be able to leave us after their 12th grade year with some college credit, either through academic dual credit or AP or technical dual credit. So I knew that within reason you were going to leave with some hours. And yours will have been through AP, and that's wonderful. You said you were part of a Key Club, and I know that is a service club, does so much. Is there a service club activity, whether through Key Club or another outlet, that has been particularly meaningful for you?
Well, I just started Key Club this year. So the first thing we worked, I think it was a few days ago actually, we worked a domestic violence abuse block party, which was kind of just promoting awareness for that. And that was really nice that we got to help set up with that and promote such a good cause, I think. But also, I've been working a lot at Meals for the Elderly, and I really enjoy that because I like the cause that it promotes, and I help. Sometimes I deliver the food, sometimes I just draw on the bags that have the food in them. And I think it really, whatever I'm doing, I feel like it will help. And especially whenever you go deliver the food and you can see the smiles on everyone's faces, it's really great to know that you've helped a lot.
When do you have time to deliver the meals?
Over the summer, I went a lot. I went probably 3 or 4 times a week to either draw on the bags or prepare the meals. I didn't deliver the meals as much, but I did at the beginning of the summer before I had left for Columbia. And this year, I haven't gotten to go as much as I would like, but I really want to start going a lot more.
Well, I've done Meals to the Elderly, did them for several years, and then over holidays when we have our grandkids, I like taking them to deliver them. And people may not realize when you say color the bags, on Fridays when the meal is delivered, they also get a bag of food to help them over the weekend or if it's a holiday, and it's so much nicer to have a pretty decorated bag than just a brown sack.
Mm-hmm.
I know one of our teachers here in the district has his kids do those routinely, just decorate sacks to take to the meals to the elderly. Well, Olivia, and we are so proud of you, and these ideas, I know that some of our audience will plant a seed for them, for their children or grandchildren, to use the summer months in a positive way, and then to do projects that can help, either community service or like your selfie project, to help young girls realize there's going to be somebody talking, trying to tear them down at different times of their lives. What a worthwhile project. Thank you so much for your unselfishness, for being such a good student, for contributing to your high school, and you're going to just keep doing it. If you started as a young person, I know y'all are going to continue. What a great young lady you are.
Thank you.